The top 10 interview questions. Job interviews can often be daunting, but if you do your research on the company and think of some possible responses, you'll be on your way to winning the interview.
There's no way of knowing all the questions your interview is going to ask you, but having answers prepared to the most common questions is certainly going to mean that during the interview you'll be less tongue-tied. My first question for you is, can you tell me a little bit about yourself, please?
Well, Danny, I've got over 5 years experience in administration and 2 years in phone sales, and I just love it. Honestly, it's the career for me. I feel like my strengths really lie in excellent customer service as well as advanced computer skills. And a little bit about me personally, I was born in Canada, but I've lived in Australia for 20 years and it's really my home now.
Okay. What do you know about our company?
Well, I had the opportunity to do some research on your company during the week over the internet, and I was surprised to find that you've been around since 1983. So you've also got over 20 outlets nationally. But most impressive, I found that you support your local footy team and really promote them on your internet site, and I just thought that was fantastic.
You've certainly done your homework, well done.
Thank you.
Why have you applied for this particular job?
Well, I was quite impressed that you combined the roles, and I do love administration as well as phone sales, so having the opportunity to do both those roles really attracted me. And also, having done the research on your company, I found that you would be a great place to work for, and I'd love the opportunity.
Fantastic. You've already touched on this, but I'd like you to expand a little bit on your experience that's relevant to this role.
Well, I mentioned to you that I've done administration as well as phone sales. So when I started off in administration, I was really like your Girl Friday type of role, doing typing and getting coffee. But when I finished, I was basically a personal assistant to our managing director. So my skills are really strong in all levels of administration. I was promoted to phone sales and, as I mentioned, worked there for 2 years. And I love it. I think that's my niche. And I'm excited to say in those 2 years, I actually increased the sales of that company by 20%.
That's impressive. Why did you leave your last job, Amy?
Well, quite simply, my husband got a transfer. We were living in Adelaide and he got a transfer to Queensland. So now that we're settled, I'm now ready to actually look for my own position.
What is it that you look for in a job?
Well, I am a real people person. And I think working together in a team is very important to achieving the objectives of a company. So as long as you've got a great team, I'm happy.
Can you tell me about one of your weaknesses, please?
Well, when I was going through high school, I realized I had a bit of a weakness in math. And getting into the workforce, I found that math is actually quite important. So I took the initiative and did some classes and really improved my skills in those areas. And I'm happy to say that I'm confident and comfortable in the mathematic arena now.
So, Amy, why should we hire you?
Well, I mentioned to you earlier that I believe my key strengths are in excellent customer service skills. And I'm happy to say that in my past position, I actually received 3 customer service excellence awards. I think if you look after your customers, they'll come back and they make a real difference to the bottom line of a business. But most importantly, I'm going to make a promise to you that I will work hard and not let you down.
Great. You've certainly explained really well your suitability for this role. I'm wondering, where would you see yourself in 5 years from now?
Well, if I'm given the opportunity to work for your company, I'd really like to see myself in a team leader or sort of supervisory role within 5 years, because I believe that's achievable.
I have no more questions for you, Amy. Have you got any questions for me?
Yes, Danny, I just have 2 questions. The first one is related to your training. What training should I expect in the beginning?
Certainly. We have ongoing training, extensive ongoing training. Initially, when people start with us, we have a full-time 2-week program. Our next program commences 3 weeks from today.
Oh, that's wonderful. And secondly, when should I expect to hear from you?
We're interviewing a number of people. We hope to have all this part of the process finalised within a week or so. We'll contact everyone who's successful within 2 weeks and expect people to be on that next training program starting in 3 weeks. Would that work for you if you were successful?
Oh, perfect. And if I haven't heard from you in a fortnight, would it be all right if I followed up?
It certainly is. I guarantee we'll be in touch, but if for some reason we haven't been, by all means give us a call.
Thank you, Danny. Well, that's all the questions I have for you.
And thank you for coming along, Amy. I have no more questions either, so good luck with it.
Here's a recap of the top 10 interview questions. Make sure you come prepared, be confident and listen. Good luck!